This is taken well into center field. Might have a play at the plate. The throw there. Tag not in time. A run for the Tigers. Kaya with a nice drive into right field. She's going to round first, looking at second. Kaya, a leadoff double. She's going to try for 3. And she's going to get there. Welcome back to Ford Harris Park, just outside of Urbana, Illinois. Joey Wright here on Urbana Public Television as we continue with our doubleheader of Urbana Girls Summer Softball. In this matchup, the Urbana 10-and-under team versus the 10-and-under team from St. Joseph. Tigers set and ready to go. And the first batter of the game for St. Joe is Kayla, number 17. She is safe at first base. Is Kayla. No last names for either squad. That's fine. We will roll with just first names. In this one, Kayla safe at first base. And now Sarah in for St. Joe. You tuned into our first matchup tonight. You saw Urbana come from behind in the 16-under game to defeat St. Joe 7-6. Stout effort on the mound from Raven Russell. Inside, strike 1 to Sarah. On the mound for Urbana is... We'll hold off on getting a number. Popped up to first base. No play made. I want to say that's Paley on the bump for Urbana. So pitch from, we'll say Paley for now, is popped up, and it will land behind the backstop for a strike, and that's Cassidy Russell behind the plate for Urbana, not catching, but retrieving foul tips and foul balls and such. She played for the Urbana high school team several years, just graduated along with myself, so fellow class of 18 graduate in attendance tonight. Catcher for Urbana, I can tell you for certain, is number 4, Lillian. Lillian, I think that's Lillian Hall. We have last names for 4 Urbana players. One of them is, yeah, that is Lily Hall behind the plate for Urbana, so that's fun. Ball from Paley, and Sarah will draw a walk, brings up Riley. 2 on and no outs. Caitlin on deck. Strike 1 to Riley. Defense playing straight up, no shifts. Strike 2 to Riley. So Riley's got to buckle down and dig out of this hole. And she'll foul one off to the backstop. Nice job staying alive. Count still 0-2. 4 outfielders for the Tigers, looks like. And this pitch is a little high. That'll fly to the backstop from Paley, and she just needs to settle in and throw that 3rd strike. So 4 infielders, 4 outfielders to look for the Tigers. Strike 3, and Riley strikes out, brings up Caitlin with 1 out here in the top of the first, no score. And Kayla was looking to take second base there. She'll lay off 0-1 to Caitlin with Sammy on deck. Strike to Caitlin. 1-1. Outside for a ball. Strike right down the middle. Nice pitch from Paley to Caitlin. Strike two. It's 2-2. Beautiful night for softball here at Fort Harris Park, just outside of Urbana, Illinois. Closer to Thomasboro than Urbana. Full count now. High offering there to Caitlin. First game was marred by weather delays, 2 of them to be exact, 15 minutes in duration apiece. I think we'll be able to get this one in with no problem. Caitlin fouls that to the backstop, 2-2. I mentioned Sammy on deck, Ashlyn in the hole. And a walk to Caitlin. Oh, the pitcher is Kaya for Urbana, not, as I mentioned earlier, Paley. So Kaya on the rubber for Urbana. Full count, the bases are loaded. Ball, and I want to point out it's tough to see that number because of the chest protector she's wearing. You wouldn't see that at the older age groups, but these younger pitchers and catchers wearing that chest protector. Not sure if that's a rule or what in this league, but nice safety precaution to take because those liners back up the middle can do a lot of damage. They're very scary. Scary as playing softball or baseball is that line drive right back at the pitcher. Base is loaded now. Now our batter is Ashlyn. No, it's Sammy. Check that. Sammy number 07 for St. Joseph. Breaking ball doesn't fall, and it stays up a little high for ball 4. So Sammy to first base. And into the batter's box is now Ashlyn, number 32. Mia on deck. Strike. We've yet to see an out recorded that didn't come via the strikeout. Riley struck out a few batters ago. Strike 2 to Ashlyn, and even though she's surrendered a run, Kaya is pitching well. In the dirt for a ball. It's 2-2. Strike 3. Down on strikes goes Ashlyn, and Mia strides in with 2 outs. Big opportunity for the Spartans to break this one open. The bases are loaded. They're up 1-0. Top half of the first 2 outs for Mia. Pops one up. Foul will fall. But you made contact, and that's what you like to see. Fouls one off, same spot, but on the ground. Strike 2. Ball inside. So 1-2. Big situation here. Bases are loaded in the top of the first. And that'll fall for a ball. It's 2-2. Deuces all around. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs. Mia at the plate. What will she do for St. Joe? It is taken to right field and foul. Mia's been making good contact. 3 foul balls now in the at-bat. And for Kaya, you've just got to keep your composure a battle like this. It's someone's going to win it. Keep yourself in a position to have you be the victor. It's ultimately what it comes down to. Still 2-2 with 2 outs. And grounded back to the backstop. The 4th foul ball by my count of the at-bat. And ball. Makes the count full there. And I thought that could have been called a strike. Just me. It looked like it was good enough for me, the umpire, but I'm not suited up tonight. Full count, 2 outs, bases loaded, 1-0 for St. Joe. Skips to the plate, ball 4. Oh, but the catch being there are no walks in this league. Plot twist, coach is going to come out and give her something to hit. And this is grounded back to Kaya. Throw will be airmailed to first base. And that'll plate 2 runs. And, yes, it's.
Somebody that's on base got a hit to get on base.
Ah, all right. So whatever the case, Mia drives in 2, and it's 3-0 now. Popped up, right back to Kaya. She'll make the catch for the 3rd out. So the St. Joe plates 3 runs in the top of the first. So after a half inning of play, it's St. Joe 3, Urbana 0. Now, I'm sure our viewers are in a furor right now, I'm sure, because scoring a run when your own coach pitched the ball, I mean, what kind of – so this one will be discussed tomorrow, I'm sure, aplenty. Controversy in the 10 and under softball game. Urbana due up to hit, and their first 3 will be Kaya, Brianna, and Emily, the first batters for the Tigers. I could have sworn I did see a flash of lightning a few moments ago, and well, there's another one too, I think. Hoping the umpire didn't see that. They did. And folks, that's just what you get in central Illinois in the summertime. It's not quite like Florida, but you do see lightning and thunder. I mean, you really see that a lot of places, I'm sure. We're a little jumpy after 2 weather delays in our first game. And you hope for the kids' sake that you can get this one in. There's no rain on the radar. I think precipitation-wise, we'll be able to get it in. The question is just lightning and thunder. Because we can't be here forever. But we're going to keep playing for now. And the warm-up period over. ready to roll. Outside strike one. Pitcher for the St. Joe team is Savannah. First batter is Kaya. The pitcher for Urbana, strike. 1-1, I believe. To the backstop. Umpire will toss it to the catcher. Kaya with a nice drive into right field. She's going to round first, looking at second, and Kaya, a leadoff double. She's going to try for three, and she's going to get there. Throw pulled the third baseman off the bag, and Kaya in with a leadoff triple. Wow. She would have been wise to stop at second, but Eye of a Tiger there, kept going. She's in there. Sets the Tigers up for business in a swing and a miss. Our new batter is Brianna. With Emily on deck and Lizzie in the hole. High, ball two. A lot of fireflies out tonight. They've come out to Fort Harris Park to enjoy a ball game. Swing and a miss from Brianna, strike two. Fouled to the backstop. And we'll see what Brianna can do. Kaya at third. No outs. Ball. More lightning behind the left field wall. Or, well, in the sky behind the left field wall. It's not like we are in the middle of a lightning storm or anything. See, the Urbana dugout is chanting something, trying to decipher what, just cheering their teammate on, and Brianna will indeed draw a walk.
Let's go, Emmy!
And it's Emmy, number 11 in for the Tigers. Runners at the corners and no outs. Tigers down 3-0. And this is dropped. Runners hold. Outside for a ball. In there. Waiting to see what the count is here. It is 1-1 to Emmy with Lizzie on deck and Brooklyn now in the hole. Outside. Pretty good atmosphere at Fort Harris Park tonight. A strike fired into Emmy. Full count with runners at the corner. Still no outs. Great opportunity for the Tigers to push in a run, maybe two. Tying run at the plate, strike three. Emmy called out on strikes, and that'll bring up Lizzie. So 1 out, runners at the corners. Now only 8 players for St. Joe in this one. Lizzie goes up, tries to club it. That one can't do anything with it. 0-1. Only 8 players for St. Joe. And now that could create some holes in this outfield. So the Tigers will have to look to exploit that, perhaps, as the game moves along. Called a ball. It's 1-1. Swing and a miss. It's 1-2. On deck is Brooklyn. Runners at the corners, 1 out. Swing and a miss for strike 3. So Brooklyn will stride in with 2 outs. Brooklyn, the same day as the news broke that Dwight Howard will be a Brooklyn Met next year. Strike 1. The 6th team he's played for thus far in his career. Strike 1. Or strike 2, rather. My apologies. 6 teams for Dwight Howard, former Defensive Player of the Year. And I guess at this point, former All-Star. In there for a ball. So Brooklyn battling back here. 1-2. Weather permitting, a doubleheader of softball here at Fort Harris Park tomorrow. As Brooklyn strikes out to end the side. Game scheduled at 6 and 8 for us live on Urbana Public Television tomorrow night. So tune in, weather permitting. Now the weather does look pretty gnarly. So hoping that we can get those in. But if we do, you'll catch them here live tomorrow at 6 and 8. We are headed to the top of the second. St. Joe still ahead 3-0. Now the question, how many innings do they play in this league? Do they? They play an hour and 45 minutes. So now what time did the game start? That's
They agreed to 4 innings tonight.
4 innings? Okay.
What I heard. However, if 4 innings take more than an hour and 45 minutes, then it's stop.
Yeah. 24 minutes, so whatever comes first, the end of 4 innings or hour 45. But hey, great night to be out here, Fort Harris Park. It's mid-June night, June 20th, the date, but not too hot, not too muggy, despite the incoming bout of weather. It's pretty nice out here tonight. Shorts and t-shirt weather, mind you, but pretty good. Got a concession stand rocking just over to our left. Spectators have been enjoying that. And with 3 innings left to play, we'll get the chance to enjoy quite a bit of softball here in the future, in the near future. We have a tailgater, someone chilling in the back of their minivan. I use tailgater loosely. They're just sitting on their phone back there, having the ball. You know, even in the sun, we got here at 5:45, and this is a really nice place to watch some softball. I mean, you've got the trees that shade you from the sun. Granted, the sun not as fierce at 5:45 as it would be at noon, but we got here and it was nice and shady. Nice and just very pleasant out here. And they put a lot of work into Fort Harris Park over the off season through the Comcast Cares program. In April, they came out here, a group did volunteer work and fixed things up. I think a new fence out there in the outfield was part of it. New fencing, and just a lot of touch-ups and upgrades that have made this a really nice place to be on what was otherwise a muggy, kind of miserable June day. It's batter is Kayla, and Kayla was 1 for 1. Remember, she singled in the first, now draws a walk. And she has also scored a run for St. Joe. So, new batter is Sarah, also 1 for 1. Looks at ball 1. And ball 2. This game was actually supposed to be contested earlier in the season. This is the makeup date for that one, as pitch to Sarah is called to strike. So we're here on June 20th, making up a game that was scheduled for earlier in the year. We were supposed to cover I want to say 16 and under game on the 12th. Last Tuesday that got rained out. 2-2 to Sarah. And she takes one into right field. That'll fall. Holding at second base is Kayla. So Sarah at first with Riley on deck. Riley's 0 for 1, struck out 1 inning ago. Ball outside, so and this one actually gets pat. Urbana is carrying 2 pitchers tonight. I just noticed this. This is Lizzie that's pitching for the Tigers right now. The lineup card we were given, Lizzie and Kaya both have little asterisks next to them. So this is Lizzie on the mound for the Tigers. 3-0 our count right now to Riley, who struck out 1 inning ago. And the pitch. High ball 4. So we were explaining this. Now, you can walk in this league, but you can't walk in a run. You can walk 3 times.
Except the girl that's on second got a hit, so this girl can get walked and walk that right in.
Okay, so since the girl who's standing at second base, that would be Sarah, got a hit, the batter, Kaylin, could be walked, and it would walk in a run. That's, yeah.
And as long as she's still on the bases, that stays in effect. So
Okay.
she has to score. The girls on second has to score before they can't walk another round.
Gotcha. Yeah, not hard to follow along with at all, the rules in this league for the 10 and under division. 16 and under just plays high school rules. It's just
from 12 and under.
yeah, it's 10 and under is where they. And 3-1 to Kaylin, and if she gets walked, that brings in a run. So if you're Lizzie here, you got to be careful. 3-1, big pitch here. Outside, ball 4. And that will bring in a run. And look at the players. They know what's going on. They know. They were given their copies of the rule books before the season started. Yeah, it's just everyone else who's. Oh man. So 4-0 now, favoring St. Joe. Still no outs. We're in the top of the second. This is taken up the middle, and no play made over there at second base. This will bring in 2 for St. Joe. 6-0 now. When I played t-ball, I was taught to you alligator the ball in your glove. You see the ball in your glove, bring your other hand down, and kind of make an alligator sort of as if you're eating the ball. And that was not done there, and that's ultimately, I believe, what caused the error and the 2 runs to score. Strike, easy to forget, easy mistake to make. You know, you watch a major league game and they're barehanding it and doing all these crazy maneuvers. But that simple alligator, as I learned back in kindergarten, is often the way to go. Strike 1. New batter is Ashland. 1-2. So nice situation for Lizzie here to be in. Strike 3. Ashland to the dugout, 1 out. Mia stands in with Savannah on deck. 3 runs have come across in the top of the second. It's 6-0 for St. Joe. Ball. When I played t-ball, I played for the Blue Jays. Still have the hat in my room. Chopped down to first, foul ball. And then I played for the Dodgers when I played in 4th grade. That's probably more comparable to the ages of these players, but that season was, I didn't get a hit until second to last game of the year. That's what I remember from that season. I don't remember any of the things I learned. I just remember how I struggled such at the plate. Strike 3, and down on strikes goes Mia. So Savannah up to the plate with 2 outs and 2 on in the top of the second. In the dirt for a ball. Outside for a ball. Strike. To Savannah. So 2 outs. Tigers only down 6. Not an insurmountable deficit should they be able to get out of this. And we're going to see the coach come out. So no walk, even, because the runner taken to first. This, we might still have it. Nope, no play. No play. Coming home and scoring is Caitlin. So 7-0 for St. Joe. And folks, that was legal because the runner who had gotten a hit had scored. So no play made, and it's going to be 8-0 for the St. Joe team here. And we're going to go into a weather delay with St. Joe up 8-0 here in the second inning. Lightning in the area has been in the area since before the game started, but now I think we've decided it's bad enough to where we are going to call a delay. St. Joe up 8-0 here in the second inning. So Lightning in front of and behind us in the second inning, and I was optimistic that we would get this one in.
They actually scored 5 runs. That's why the inning ended. Yeah, that's another rule, too.
Oh, so folks, no delay. The inning ended because St. Joe scored 5 runs. So that delay was them going back into the dugout, and now the St. Joe defense will come out, and we're going to keep playing with Urbana due up here in the bottom of the second. We're just along for the ride tonight, folks. We're just getting through it.
You sure you're going to be here tomorrow night?
Get his email and send him the roll.
I need to avenge this.
It takes you long to read on the website.
Although it's not unreasonable to think that they would call a delay for the Lightning that's been present for 30 minutes and has now apparently appeared behind us. But we're going to keep going. We're in this now, and might as well get to the end. It's going to be Samaya, Paley, and Bianca due up for the Tigers. I would want to say the pitcher for St. Joe. Is Caitlin? It is Sammy. Sammy is the pitcher for St. Joe. Samaya due up for the Tigers. Ball goes to the backstop. Yeah, so Lillian is the batter for Urbana, who on my scorecard is crossed out. So that's where the confusion arose. I might have to take a look at those. Ball skips back to the backstop. Yeah, tomorrow on Urbana Public Television, more 10 and under softball action. And then a 14 and under game tomorrow, weather permitting, on Urbana Public Television. Up and in. 3-1 our count. Outside for a ball, so that'll put Lily on first. And Grace, our next batter. Grace up to the plate for the Tigers, trailing by 8 with 1 on. In the bottom of the second, strike 1. Nice pitch. Outside for a ball. Outside. more lightning behind left field. And fouled the backstop by Grace. So 2-2. Runner on first. Tigers trail 8-0. We are in the bottom of the second. Outside for a ball. Full count, 3-2. An airplane flies overhead. Probably headed to Willard if I had to guess. Outside for a ball. Ball 3, so 2 walks in a row. Grace takes first base. Madison into the batter's box with 2 on and nobody out. Big chance for the Tigers to get on the board. Strike 1 dropped. Runners stay put. 0-1. Swinging strike 2. Over the catcher's head for a ball. One ball and 2 strikes. Behind Madison for ball 3. After tomorrow's game, if we can get it in, we're off for a little bit. July 12th is our next game. That's Harmon 16 and under action versus, I want to say Philo. I'll look at the schedule, but we've got Harmon 16 and under on July 12th, the final game of our abbreviated schedule. And that's dropped behind the plate. Foul ball. Millie is on deck. Ball outside. Count is full, 3-2. And this is taken well into center field. And this is going to score at least 2. A well-struck ball, and Madison will hold up at third, an RBI triple that jumped off the bat. How about that? That took off the bat, and Madison's got a. That was impressive. I think we all knew it wasn't going to get out of the park, but that had just enough pop off the bat to make you think, well, maybe. Nice hit from Madison there. Scores 2. Tigers now trail 8-2. First 2 runs of the game for Urbana. To the backstop for a ball, so 3-0. Batter is Millie. Samaya on deck. Strike 3 and down. No, strike 2. 3 and 1. That was strike 1. So I just wasn't. So Millie's got 2 more. I was getting ahead of myself. That's strike 2. And we'll see what Miley can do. And Miley's going to draw a walk. So Samaya at the plate. Runners the corners. Trailing 8-2, ball 1. Over the catcher's head for a ball. 2-0. And that'll score a run for the Tigers. It's 8-3. They'll now have runners at the corners. Big situation for Paley. This is Paley. Strike 1 to Paley. Inside for a ball. It's 1-1. Called a strike, so it's 1-2. On deck is Bianca. Strike 3. Down on strikes goes Paley, brings up Bianca. And Bianca's first pitch is outside, ball 1. Strike 2. And on deck is Samantha. And that's going to run inside, hits Bianca, and looked like that got her pretty good. Assisted to first base, she's okay. Brings up Samantha. Number 2 for the Tigers. Order flips over. We go back to Kaya, Brianna, and Emmy. After this, top of the order due up at first. it is Samantha. First pitch rolls in there. It's ball one. And that'll roll into the backstop, but not before it's called strike one, 1-1. Eight to 3 our score. Urbana has scored 3 runs in this frame. Strike two to Samantha. 1-2 our count. More lightning. Ball 2. Outside strike 3 called. 2 outs now for Kaya. She has tripled and struck out. No, just tripled. The K is a separate marking. Not quite sure how that got there, but she's just tripled. She's 1 for 1. Ball 1. High for a ball. Bottom of the second. St. Joe 8, Urbana 3. 2 outs. Strike called to Kaya. In the dirt, ball 3. Three and 1. Strike 3 called to Kaya. Well, that's strike 2, my bad, to Kaya. Count full. Outside, ball 4, and we're going to see the coach coming out. Here's Urbana. Now, St. Joe is 2 for 2 when the coaches come out to pitch. We'll see if Urbana can fare any better. Well, it's hard to fare better than that. We'll see if they can join in on the offensive showing. They can't. Third base is tagged in time for the third out. So Urbana scores 3 to the third inning we go. It's 8-3, still favoring St. Joe. Well, this fall on Urbana Public Television, the Urbana Tigers enter year 2 of the Wardell Walker era. 1 win in his first season at the helm of the Tigers football program. Join the voice of the Tigers, Miller Calhoun, and see if the Tigers can build upon last season's campaign. And folks, let me tell you, they played several close games at the end of last season. That was better than a 1-win football team, on paper anyways. They could have won the Lincoln game. They hung in with Peoria Notre Dame. Could have won the Central game, homecoming game, the infamous failure to spike the ball. That's probably, I mean, I don't know for sure if they would have won that game, but could have won that one. I mean, could have won the Bloomington game. I don't remember. I was at the Bloomington game. I don't remember. I think we could have won it. I mean, I think it got away from us late. I think it was a 28-0 loss, but it was like 6-0 at halftime. So,
3, 4, and 5 coaches pitch.
yeah. All right, so we're in the third inning. So, henceforth, the coaches will be pitching. That's what I'm told. They get 5 pitches. Okay, so we've got one pitch in the books. 2 pitches now in the books for our batter is Sarah. Sarah's our batter, so. They can swing it all 5. Okay. So we got all right. So we got 2 pitches left for Sarah. They can indeed swing it all 5. Okay, I like this rule. Swing and a miss from Sarah here. And this is blooped. No play. Sarah aboard at first. I never could hit home runs as a kid. Never could hit when I lived in Arkansas, I had a backyard that was like perfect for baseball. Never could hit a ball out. I hit the wall 2 or 3 times. Never could hit it out. My neighbor could. I was always envious. Then for like 5 months before I moved, all he wanted to play was football. And I like football, but I always wanted to play baseball. And he didn't want to play baseball anymore. Life's hard. Grounded foul. Riley is our batter. Growing up in Rogers, Arkansas. Well, I didn't grow up there, but I lived there for a few years. Oh, and we don't have a play at second. It's bobbled. Sarah will take second. Riley at first. Heritage High School in Rogers, Arkansas. That's where I would have gone to high school. They have the nicest football field. Like, oh my goodness. Look it up. I mean, it is quite the facility. And that'll roll into the outfield. Well, it's cut off before it gets quite that far. And we won't have a play at the plate. Run scores. And the runner's continuing to advance. This is off the bat of, I should mention, Caitlin, responsible for the 9th run of the game for St. Joe. Another run scores. It's going to be 10-3, 11-3. 3 runs already across for St. Joe in the top of the 3rd. Strike 1. If I was a coach, I would just start throwing heaters. Yeah, this is well struck into the outfield. Off the bat of Ashland, and this will score a run for St. Joe. It's the 4th run of the game. 4th run of the inning, I should say. It's past my bedtime, 9:40 here. And that will make it 8 plus 4 is 12-3 for St. Joe. out at first. I think that's the first out. And grounded to short, should score a run. Throw across the diamond is a pretty good throw, not in time. And that's the 5th run of the inning, ending the top of the 3rd. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if one of the dads is happens to be, like, an all-star relief pitcher? Comes in, just doesn't know how to turn it off. Yeah, no one's ready. Oh, man. Josh Hader rolls in and just starts. Josh Hader's been unreal this season. You know, I brought up Miller Calhoun earlier. He's going around making rounds saying, "I told you so" right now. Big Brewers fan. And they are not doing too shabby in that crowded NL Central. And neither are the Cardinals. They're starting to cool off, though, are the Cardinals.
Well, if they're in any kind of condition, a lot of times they'll leave them on the shelves for other people to pick up. When they're falling apart and it's a 200 type person has 8 grades, you kind of got to throw it away.
What happened to having them rebound? Like they used to when
You know
I
how
was in school.
expensive that is? Yeah,
I don't know.
it's more expensive than to buy a new book. Yeah, who uses books anymore anyway?
All right, so now the Urbana Bats come back up. They're down 10. I don't even want to know if there's a mercy rule, a 10-run rule. It's probably been replaced by something much more confusing and hard to calculate. If the 10 runs were scored in a 30-minute interval between 24 and 54 minutes after the start of the game, then we play on or something. Oh, man, foul ball here. Yep. What? And that's 5 pitches. For Brianna, so it's Emmy now, number 11 up for Urbana. Emmy will swing and a miss. Grounded back to the mound. Gloved at second, throw to first, in time. Nice play over there at second base.
Turtle speed. They called me Myrtle in high school.
Strike one.
So I was pretty slow. So I just had to hit the ball really far. No, I still am not.
I was never very quick as a kid. Oh, this is to short. Throw across the diamond. Won't be in time, but a nice throw. Yeah, when I was coming up through the ranks, all the other kids were faster than me in my grade. And then my brother became faster than me. And now he's on the cross-country team, so I guess he's put that to some use. Swing and a miss. Brooklyn is our batter. Got one more pitch here to Brooklyn. And Brooklyn will get a base hit. Nice job from Brooklyn. We'll bring up Lillian. Swing and a miss.
They're in the car. They're in the car. I figured that was safer.
Another swing and a miss.
They were in the bathroom. Yeah. Apparently we just invite anybody into the bathroom with us.
And this is golf that. She made contact with that. Throw to first is dropped. That'll score a run for the Tigers. They pull back in to within 10. Now it is 14-4 is what I have. 2 outs. Taken to second base. 14-5, our new score. Solid base hit. Tigers' bat's coming alive, and that's what you like to see. Tigers hitting the ball well. Foul ball right in front of the plate. Another airplane flying overhead. I would bet going to Willard.
I didn't think they did either. I thought the last flight came in at like 8:30.
You see who's going to start flying out of Bloomington?
Yeah, Frontier.
How'd you know?
Yeah.
She leaves to Orlando and to Denver, but they're only flying certain days of the week.
Strike. 2 strikes.
Well, but to Orlando,
I think Willard's the next O'Hare. Give it a few years. It's on the come up.
when is that supposed to start? Later this year.
Ground ball right back up to the pitcher, and that'll score a run for the Tigers, base hit.
We used to take it, well, yeah, so basically that's Southwest. Is Frontier and Southwest merged?
Who? Frontier still has their own planes?
Yes, I know. Sometimes it used to be sometimes I think it was Southwest. I forget if it was Frontier.
Out recorded at third, and that'll end the frame. To the last inning we go. 14-6, St. Joe.
Can we play this the 5th inning rule so we can score as many as we want? That would be great.
Who knows?
Otherwise, we're down.
No, I don't
Apparently there are a different set of rules for the later innings.
September 24th. $39.
Well, apparently the chatter in the stands is that in the last inning you can score as many runs as you want.
I thought it was the 5th inning, but I was just the last.
So no 5-run cap in the last inning. It's, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, well. Huh?
6 outs away from the end of the game. That hasn't changed.
We thank you for sticking with us on Urbana Public Television. 9:48 here. Swing and a miss. I won't say I want to go home, but my family did adopt a new cat today.
They do in Major League.
Adopted right as I left for the softball field, too, so I haven't gotten to see him yet. Excited to go home and meet my new cat, my new kitten. That'll be a fun thing to do after we get done here. We don't know what his name is yet, though. Well, I'm sure my family decided on something during the game. Throw across the diamond, a good throw, not in time, and we'll They'll take second on that. I think that's Kayla. And we're going to get, and staying at third, I believe that was Kayla. Yep, Kayla at third. And now, the cat's name at the Humane Society was Jeff. That's what they, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess they had too many cats with cat names. They had to dip into the human name collection, so I don't know if they decided to keep Jeff or my dad suggested CJ. It stands for Cat Jeff. Bullwinkle had been floated around. My dog's name is Rocky, so Bullwinkle, Rocky and Bullwinkle, dynamic duo sort of thing. Off the concession stand, a foul ball. So tune in tomorrow to find out what I name my cat. 007's floating around in the stands here as we have a walk. Yeah. Weather permitting, I'll throw in another bump. We have a doubleheader tomorrow on Urbana Public Television. Softball starting at 6. Weather permitting, catch it live on Facebook. Scoring a run is St. Joe. First run of the frame. Makes it 15-6. Weather permitting, there we go, because we're talking about cats there. That's good. That's a good one.
That was actually his line. Don't encourage them.
Oh, man. I'm surprised I didn't come up with it myself. Out-recorded at second base.
Good hustle!
Yeah. So we're not getting him declawed, so we've got to train him to not claw at our couch.
We have one that does that. You should see our door frames. Yeah, there's not much left. So get a trim around the door.
Ooh.
So when the cat dies, I'm going to get a new trim.
I don't need the doors to look as nice as the couch. All right. He can have the doors. I don't. Got the out at second base for the third out. So a nice play there. Ends the damage. 1 run for St. Joe in the 4th. Last inning for the Tigers coming up here on Urbana Public Television. So, yeah, we got him a scratching post for him to scratch at.
It's not nearly as bad. It wasn't as bad as when I was mowing, though. Oh,
Got him some toys, cat toys, food and water bowl, a collar, basic cat stuff. I figure we'll wait until he grows up a little, then we'll get him a nicer scratching post. You go to PetSmart, man, they got some real elaborate ones. They've got like $150, $200 scratching posts. Big, tall ones, like big, elaborate cat posts, scratching posts.
I had to take a lot off of it. It was very, very, very dull.
That's probably why it took me so long to mow all the time. And I knew it hadn't been done since last year.
Yeah, I remember you told me you broke the weed eater.
I didn't break it. It was cracked. Mine keeps getting all
Didn't
tangled
break
up.
itself.
Well, I know you didn't break
So one more inning for the Tigers here.
that road. Yes, you're right. I broke it because I'm the only one who uses it.
You know why? Once the weeds get so cold, they stop mowing. 3 outs, Kelso, go!
All right, Tigers in. Samaya to third. Throw across the diamond is a good throw. Samaya is going to look for second base. has an open lane. And into second base she goes. Paley now in for the Tigers.
She kept hiding, yeah. Or she'd walk away from her.
Paley back up the middle. Almost took out the coach. And we'll have runners at the corners and no outs. No! Samaya's chugging home, and we're going to do it again because the ball that went all the way into the outfield barely touched the coach. So it can't hit the coach. And she gets one more. Why would you take that away? It went into the outfield. It was a well hit ball. What? Okay. So she's got one more pitch. Okay. All right. Oh, this is popped up to first. Falls. And she's going to be safe. You got to have the ball. Got to have the ball in your glove to make that play. First baseman picked up the ball and tagged her with the glove. Nice, yeah, valiant effort. So now runners at the corners. Back to the mound. Throw to first. Is in time, I think. That got her. What a throw from over by the mound. Nice play. One out. Foul ball. Grounded to first, foul ball. Another foul ball. Last pitch forthcoming to Samantha.
Oh, ugly one and ugly two. No, it's too dark. We're almost done. You're in trouble.
And Samantha down on pitches. So Kaya, the last hope for, or rather Kayla. No. It's Kaya, yeah. I was looking at the. Wait. I'm glad Kaya is safe there because it gives me a chance to fix my mistake. Kayla is the leadoff batter for St. Joe, so I was looking at the wrong lineup card. Kaya safe at first base. Fouled away to the backstop. It's Brianna in for the Tigers. Brianna swings and misses, a little out in front of that one. It was also in the dirt, that didn't help. And this is well struck to second base. Throw to first, good throw. Gets past the first baseman. We've seen that quite a bit. Might have a play at the plate. The throw there. Tag, not in time. A run for the Tigers. Kaya all the way around from first, and she'll score that one.
Come on, Emerson, make contact.
Oh, and Kaya celebrates, and now in is Emmy. And Emmy popped up. This is a foul ball. Foul ball. Nearly a fair ball. Had some spin on it.
Thank you, coach.
Swing and a miss to the backstop.
Harder than that. Don't let go of the back. Don't let go of the back.
Swing and a miss.
Last pitch. Make her good, Em.
Popped up. Play is made, and that's the third out. And thus the ball game. St. Joe's going to take this one 14-6. We thank you for tuning in to Tiger softball on Urbana Public Television tonight. Tigers win the first, drop the second. For Jason Liggett, who was behind our camera all night, I'm Joey Wright. Weather permitting, tune in tomorrow for another doubleheader of Tigers softball right here on UP TV.